on the subway, it's the A or the C. Or coming down Broadway, the 1, 2, or 3. Jump off at the 72nd Street stop. From there, Central Park is just a real short hop through strawberry fields. Head on up to the lake where 1,000 New Yorkers are taking a break. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself, or bring your little honey. Lay down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Roger Bartlett! Mr. Ron Sunshine. Come on along, I see you on Sunday. Come by yourself, or bring your little honey. Lay down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. Got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Hey, Jeff Van Nostrand! Play anything from folk to rock and roll. I've been stomping my foot so long I'm digging a hole. But I'll tell you what I've decided to do. If you keep showing up, then I will too. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself, or bring your little honey. Sit down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Dodger, take it again. All right. I used to go against the wind, but that's no way to fly. Flapping my wings, I get no place, no matter how hard I try. But when I just give in and go to where the blowing breeze has planned, you know I find a better place wherever I might land. Some people fly in circles, crying life is so unfair. Convinced that if they're over here, all the good stuff must be over there. Not me, I know there's a vein of gold right where I stand, and I find that if I look wherever I might land. I was always told, and now I finally found, that when I leap and it appears before I hit the ground, I don't spend one day looking back with regret, cause each bridge I burned led to a place that I just as soon forget. Yeah, well, some people look back at their glory days so much it makes them cry, and some look ahead with fear and dread to things they'll probably never try. Not me, bring it on, cause I can handle what at hand. Whenever I get to wherever I might land. Where I landed in this room with you tonight. No matter what's going on out there, I know it's gonna be alright. Cause though it took some time to know, I finally understand that I'm gonna find love wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. It's dark and it's lonely, and you feel like you're the only one who's felt this desperation, like your own brand of the blues. It's hell when you're in there, I can tell you cause I've been there, and I've known the same frustration. But I've got some real good news. You feel like you fell in a well of hopelessness and fear. So why the hell would I jump in and join your way down here? Cause there's a way out of here, though you don't believe that's true. But years ago, a friend showed me just like I'm showing you. You can sit here in the darkness till you think that you're okay. But then it's time to move, cause I'm not making plans to stay. There's a way. Think no one understands you. You're so convinced life hands you one bad break after another and keeps you on the floor. But now you've got the choice to keep on listening to those voices, or maybe listen to a brother who's been down here before. We can sit and curse the darkness, but the darkness stays the same. Or get off your ass and we'll go out the same way that I came. Cause there's a way out of here, though you don't believe that's true. But years ago, a friend showed me just like I'm showing you. It's hard to see what's possible when you feel this way. But things look so much clearer standing in the light of day. There's a way.
The heck am I waiting for? You know what, guys? First of all, thank you so much for being here. I apologize. I haven't had a chance to actually look at what's going on in the chat room because I was just trying to take care of some last-minute technical stuff. The really, really good news for me is that Brandon is on board now, and he did a you know, a basic. I don't want to talk about myself this way, but he did an idiot check. I'm not an idiot. I just don't, you know, I write songs. I don't do the technical stuff. And actually, it's a good thing he called and checked because I had forgotten to update an event thing. So people on, I think, Facebook or people that were looking at YouTube would have gone to the last show and they would have been watching the Sid tribute as if it was happening live. until they realized it wasn't live. So anyway, I'm so glad Brandon's on board. I'm so glad I see all you guys here. The audio and video are out of sync. Brandon's in the lifeguard chair. He'll help you out with that, all right? Guys, let me do this one thing. I'm gonna lower the volume in the monitor, and then please let's get started with our theme song, all right? And you guys can chat along with it, and then we'll start welcoming any newcomers and anybody who really just needs us to stay somewhat sane. 1 second. And that ought to do it. All right, let's start with our theme song, you guys. And then we'll, as people are joining, they'll see you guys chatting along and chatting the song, and we'll see where today goes. We'll talk about the last gig, the tribute to Sid Bernstein, and our gig tomorrow, our private gig. We're going to have our first musical guest tomorrow. You said you woke up feeling frightened, senses heightened, overwhelmed, lost and alone, a little overwrought until you finally thought that you drop it all and pick up the phone. And I didn't do nothing but really listen to everything I had to say, till I knew that you'd be okay. The next week it was my turn. I was in a slow burn about something or nothing at all. I don't even remember, but I remember I was hurting, so I gave you a call. And you didn't do nothing but really listen to everything I had to say, till you knew that I'd be okay. We take turns being angels for one another, 'cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the covers. I think we're all just lucky that it works that way. Chat it. Thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. And in the back of a taxi, I heard talk radio, one of those shows people call when they want to know what life's about. A big fat mouth was at a mic, going on and on about who's out to get you if you don't watch out. It's funny, but the phony probably makes a lot of money to create a little panic every day. But I think I found a better way. We take turns being angels for one another, 'cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the covers. I think we're all just lucky that it works that way. Chat it. Thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. Mike is here from Germany. We're not crazy. Did you get that, Willie? Nancy's here. Zoe's here. Denise is here. We take turns being angels for one another, 'cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the covers. We're just damn lucky that it works that way. Thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. Everybody chat in harmony on the same day. We're not crazy, crazy on the same day. La-dum-da. So we've got, hi, Andrea is out in California. Val is in Chicago. This is so cool. Denise is under the covers. Cynthia from Huntington is still stuck in Florida. Oh, man, guys, honest to God, I said on Facebook or one of those things, I said, this is just one of those days, and I put those in quotes, and I don't even know what that means. You know what, when I wrote that, and I think Debbie, I don't know if Debbie is here today, wrote back something about either understanding or, you know, we take turns lifting each other up, and we do. As much as I've received so many emails and so many private messages from people letting me know how much these little hangs, how much you guys some of you look forward to them, and it really, truly, truly works both ways. I know you can't get your mind around this probably, but when each one of you aren't here, I miss you. I do. It's like, and I smile when I'm just kind of usually a little bit frenetic, getting ready to get this thing going, and I always think I'm forgetting something, and like today I actually was. But when I'm just about to strap on the guitar and I'm about to look in and I see David Konis is in the chat room, I smile. I look down, I see, Valerie is here. I see, oh, Chris is here. Chris from the UK right now. Okay, so right now we got both sides of the ocean covered. We've got California, we've got Maine, we've got Florida, we've got England. Chris is in Leicester, England, and I want to really quickly do a commercial for Chris, because Chris goes way back. He's actually hung out with me and my music longer than a lot of you guys from across the ocean, and so he just wanted to say thank you for all the years that we've been hanging out musically. He's never been to Central Park. He's never been, like Paul has never been to Central Park, and he lives in New York. I mean, never been to the gigs that we do there. But Chris sent me something that he does for a living. Like, this is what I do for a living. Check this out. 2 of these, look at this. Is that beautiful? It's tie-dyed. It's really soft. And he didn't only send one of them. I don't know about you guys. This is, to me, is the sun definitely reflecting off the Caribbean Sea. I mean, it's just reflecting off water in the Turks and Caicos Islands. But then he sent 2. Look at this one. This is just sunrise over the ocean, over the Caribbean, as far as I'm concerned. But aren't these beautiful? And I'm going to actually say it's absolutely cool. We don't. One of the things that Brandon does is that he keeps Zoom bombers out. Like when we do our private gig tomorrow, we did our first private gig last Sunday. And it was a kick because you guys can all see each other and you can all hear each other, and we could have people tell stories and sing along, and so we're going to do that every Sunday. And so part of Brandon's gig is that he keeps the bad guys, the jackasses, out of our private hang. He even watches for them here. And but I'm going to say it's perfectly cool, Brandon, and for anybody. Chris makes these for a living. So I don't know if he does custom stuff, but Chris, if you want to go ahead in the chat room, post your email or post your website, and if anybody wants any of these shirts, or you want to send them as a gift to somebody, especially if you know anybody in the UK or over in the European Union, that's where Chris is. He's across the ocean. So contact Chris, and we lift each other up. So Chris, thank you so much, man. If I see Mimi here, she also, her son Gordon, who I was in touch with, I actually had the government checking out my website years ago because I was in touch with Mimi's son Gordon, who was in Iraq during the Iraq War. He was there as a humanitarian, helping families and villages that were getting just decimated, and just feeding them and helping them. And while Gordon was there, email was still very different back then. And I noticed that in the stats, in the analytics, that the State Department was tracking me for a while because I was in touch with Gordon. But Mimi, I don't see her here today. She sent me a beautiful gift as well. Oh, look at that. Okay, Chris, he could ship to America. So, guys, if you, I'll do another commercial, but that's what Chris does. And Chris, thank you so much. Let me do this. Let's do this song. And during this song, everybody, whether you've been here before or not, we already know that Cynthia is in Florida, but this is kind of a traditional song to start the gig now. You guys, every single person during this song, just give us a name and where in the world you are. And if you're in New York City, the name of the neighborhood you're in, all right? Thanks, Brandon. Hey, you 5 guys that are watching on Facebook, if you go to my profile, or Brandon will probably help you out. The chat room that I can really see is Facebook, is YouTube. So if you're on Facebook and you want to make the jump over, otherwise I'm going to look at the restream. Hey, Dean is here. Dean Love, my pal. Sweet Suhana's here. Ain't no use to keep her taking abuse when the news is so unkind. You can hang out with me and some friends that you need who will help you through this troubled time. Just reach on out, show up online, let us know that you're ready to go. There ain't no dues and you can leave your blues behind. Let's have a little peace. A little peace of mind. You guys chat it with me. Peace, yeah. Peace of mind. Now, there comes a time you just might find your heart is sinking like a stone. Well, you don't have to pretend that you're not missing your friends and you're starting to feel alone. Just make no mistake, for your very own sake, here's a little thought for now. We can kick off our shoes and let our thoughts be kind. Let's have a little peace of mind. Peace, yeah, peace of mind. Mike Hellers is in London. Ooh, yeah. Some folks you find to speak a mighty good line, they'll charm you all the way. take you along on a sweet, sweet song and steal your heart away. But blessed be the one who can understand why people have to act that way. 'Cause if I knew, I wouldn't want to say, just give us all peace, a little peace of mind. Hi, sweet Jana, sweet, yeah, peace of mind. All we're here for is peace, a little peace of mind. And all we really want from California to the Netherlands, from Florida to Leicester, England, from Carolina to Chicago, from Battery Park City to up here in Washington Heights. My brother's out in Ohio, Dean loves out in Ohio, but Duval's here on the east side of Manhattan. And all we want is some and I see Steven's out on Long Island. How you doing, Steven? Pretty Denise is here. Emmett's here. Hey, Emmett, my brother. Dave Konis, who's Dean? I did time with Dean. He's the guy, we were in prison. We met in prison. You know what? Let's do this. When I said today on Facebook, it's one of those days, and at the beginning of this gig I said, I don't even know what that means. I truly don't, because it's, I'm not schizophrenic, and I'm not making light of people who are. But I feel like I'm in training. I feel like I'm not schizophrenic, but I'm willing to learn. And I was thinking that, you know, especially during this surreal time that we're living in, I'm going to ask you guys about how you felt about the Sid Bernstein show that we did on Wednesday, and how it affected you. But on that gig, I was saying that, you know, it had occurred to me that we're not getting through this so that we can get back to our lives. This is our lives right now. And some people are having a much, much tougher time than others, depending on what day it is, too, you know? So I think this is one of those times when, as difficult as it is some days, I have to catch myself and think kind thoughts, compassionate thoughts, because a lot of my day today was not filled with kindness and compassion. So I'm flipping back and forth all day. Oh, you know what? Hey, Sean is here. Hey, Sean. Let's do this. Oh, Irene is here too. Hi. Oh, it's always so good to see family and family who happen to be relatives. My sister Irene, a remarkable woman, just a remarkable woman. But oh, listen, let's take care of some of the dark side first. I forgot. Last Wednesday we did that tribute because the gig happened to fall on Sid Bernstein's birthday, and most people don't realize how that man's life affected your life, especially if you're a Beatles fan or a music lover. So we did that gig, but I had completely forgotten. The week before, I had asked you guys, I said that I had designed a cartoon, and so what I asked you guys, what would Donald Trump's name be if he was the eighth dwarf in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? And I'm actually kind of pleased with the little animation because he does have the orange makeup face. But a lot of you guys sent me names, and I can't. None of them are kind. So I just wanted to show you guys that. In fact, Karen, I didn't see Karen here today. Karen's not here today. Let's see. Zoe, who is here today, Zoe sent me a list of possible names for the dwarf. Paul, who is a stand-up comedian, that's what he does with his life, sent me a paragraph of nothing but names. Nancy just wrote very definitively, the name for the eighth dwarf is Bully. And then Val in Chicago, who Val is here today, said the eighth dwarf's name is Narcissi, but the accent is on the second part, so it's Narcissi. David Hayasi, did I see David here today? David, wonderful photographer from Central Park, amazing Yankees fan. David Hayasi just sent me two, Gropey and Flabby. A lot of them that Paul sent are just I can't read. Karen sent me several, and I'm not gonna read them because you could imagine. Of course, they're all insulting. They ought to be, but the 1, 2, 3. The fifth one is one that I just didn't expect. So it would be like Doc, Grumpy, Dopey, Sneezy, Bashful, and Vomit. The eighth dwarf name is Vomit. Anyway. I'm also in kind of oh, look at that. Denise was on the hill today. She saw Linda. Oh, she saw Linda. Very cool. And David Jacobs, yes, man, we are going to get through this, but only if we all start, all pay attention. And it's nice to, tweet stuff, and it's nice to be on Instagram and express outrage. But, well, my sister Irene and my friends, like Dean Duval, Karen, Allie, Teresa, we show up at, in fact, this is my little tiny sign. I usually make big signs, but from every so often, I'll join a march that comes up Fort Washington Avenue. You got to show up, and kids, you've got to vote. You've got to vote. Anyway, and Marcy, yes, that dwarf name came up on several lists, almost every list. Let me do this because I'm also in a little bit of a John Prine kind of thing, and I also want to John Prine mood, and I want to talk to you guys about tomorrow's gig, because if you're not a patron, you're going to start missing out on some really great gigs. Tomorrow, we're going to have our first musical guest, and naturally, it had to be George Wurzbach. So I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But let me do a John Prine song right now. We'll get the capo on. baby. Oh, and Dave Konis. I want to do that song. Since you're here, I want to do that song that Valerie from Chicago put me back in touch with. In fact, I never knew the title until Valerie said, "Hey, do you do that song?" I'm going to do it today. It's a Bob Dylan song, and the biggest Bob Dylan fan in the chat room, I promise you guys, is David Konis. Thanks, Brandon. Hey, Jan. When I woke up this morning, things were looking bad. Seemed like total silence was the only friend I had. A bowl of oatmeal tried to stare me down and won. And it was 12 o'clock before I realized that I was having no fun. But fortunately, I had the key to escape reality. And you may see me tonight with an illegal smile. It don't cost very much, but it'll last a long while. Won't you please tell the man I didn't kill anyone? I'm just trying to have me some fun. Well, last time I checked my bankroll, it was getting thin. Sometimes it seemed like the bottom is the only place I've been. I chased a rainbow down a one-way street, dead end. And all my friends turned out to be insurance salesmen. But fortunately, I had the key to escape reality. And you may see me tonight with an illegal smile. It don't cost very much, but it'll last a long while. Won't you please tell the man I didn't kill anyone? I'm just trying to have me some fun. Well, I sat down in my closet with all my overalls, just trying to get away from all these ears inside my walls. I dreamed the police heard everything I thought. What then? I went to court and the judge turned out to be, well, whatever happened to him? But fortunately, I have the key to escape reality. And you may see me tonight with an illegal smile. It don't cost very much, but it'll last a long while. Won't you please tell the man I didn't kill anyone? I'm just trying to have me some fun. Well done, hot dog bun, my sister's a nun. You know what just occurred to me? Stephen is out on Long Island. Who's out on Long Island? My sister Irene is out on Long Island. But I have in a video that we did here, and Brandon, by the way, was telling me, because he texts for a lot of shows. He's running a lot of shows for a lot of people in the folk world and a lot of musicians. He did a benefit for a bunch of comedians that raised a ton of money with breakout rooms and everything. So Brandon's on top of his game. But he was telling me that there's really nobody else doing what we're doing here. And like last Wednesday, it took a good day and a half, 2 days to program Sid's gig, but it was worth it. It was worth it. And one of the things that I just started doing instinctively was to do these live things and then have you guys sing along with them and dance along with them. And then send me the video so that I could create the video as if we're doing it live, which we were, but not streaming it live, and then sharing it with the world. And just for today, because I'm having one of those days, I wanted to share one that for whatever reason, I actually, and I'm so glad I did, I put the locations of you guys where I knew you were. And one of my sisters, not Irene, but another one of my sisters, Susan, out on Long Island, this made me think of it, is in the video. And Dean's brother out in Ohio is in the video. And Dean and Duval are in this video. Nope, they were in the other one. I don't think they're in this one. Anyway, let's just have some fun. You guys get up out of your chair and dance along with this thing, and then we'll see where this thing goes. All right, so anyway, so you get the idea. It's perfectly okay to just get up and dance, all right? I don't care if you're dancing in your living room. I don't care if you're dancing on your roof. I don't care if you're dancing on the couch. I don't care. If you're dancing in your underwear, that's a bonus. So you guys ready? You gonna dance? Right now, there's somebody in the Netherlands. There's somebody in Brazil. There's somebody in Maine. There are people in Pennsylvania and I didn't see West Virginia. There's Mr. Robbie is in Switzerland. There's people all up and down the island of Manhattan in New York. There's a guy in Jersey. There's Jan is in Pennsylvania. You guys ready? You can be amazing. You can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle neath your skin. Kept on the inside, no sunlight, sometimes the shadows win. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Dance, honestly, I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you, I just wanna see you, wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you, I just wanna see you, wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Dance. Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy. Falling for the fear and then disappearing, bow down to the mighty. Don't run, stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brave is. Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. There we go. They can quarantine our asses, right? But they can't stop us from dancing. That was so cool. You know, that just makes me feel good. I don't know, there's a guy in that video, big guy, dancing, long hair and a goatee and a mustache, that I went to St. Raphael School with. He was a year older than me. His name is Tom Rapetti, and ex-Navy man, became one of the top chefs in New York City, in Manhattan. And I guess he retired and moved to Florida. But a tough guy and a nice guy. That's a nice combination, being tough and nice. And it was just wild to see him send a video dancing and pointing at his Yankee shirt. And so I put him, I think, right opposite my sister Susan, out in Garden City, Long Island, and that little angel is my grandniece. So it's nice to see family in there. And you guys, you know, so many of you are family. Some of you I don't know well enough to say that about, but so many of you guys are family. I can say this for sure. Every single one of you are my tribe. I'm in your tribe. We are a community. It's just us. Hi, Diane, by the way. And any other latecomers that showed up. Hello, Alex. Hi, Gretchen. This is a song that I wrote. You know, I'm going to keep going back to the fact that I wrote "This is one of those days," and I mean it. I don't I'm not bipolar, but I'm willing to learn, and I feel like I'm in training. Do 2 songs about life. One of them I wrote, and one of them I wish I wrote. This song, actually, Brandon, if you've ever heard this song, I think this might speak to you. I don't know exactly why. Anybody that's never heard this song, it's one of those songs where I let myself off the hook in the very first lyrics, because I'll admit, I'm just guessing. I should say that when I sing what life's about, I'm just guessing, just like everyone before. Everyone who's ever lived has wrestled with the doubt. Is life meaningless, or is there something more? Some people say that everything in life's a lesson or a blessing, and I guess that might be so. But after years of wondering, I find myself confessing there might only be one thing I really know. When my heart is full of love, and every time I feel it break, and with every real success and each magnificent mistake, I just call it that beautiful ache. It's just the ache of being alive. Life is short, and yet the road can seem so long. So I'm guessing these contradictions are okay. There's tens of thousands of days in a lifetime, but a lifetime is lived in just one day. And life is sweet, but it's a sweetness born in pain, a vast terrain of the insane and the sublime. If I'm certain of eternity, then why can't I explain how I often feel there's never enough time? And when one day is a blast, and every task a piece of cake, and the next day comes with challenges that feel too hard to take, I'm just living that beautiful ache. It's just the ache of being alive. You might think this song is foolish, 'cause it's possible that I'm finally catching up with something widely known. But on the chance there might be someone out there having a tough time, it's just my way to let you know you're not alone. You're not alone. And when frustration clouds our vision about the path we're meant to take, there is only one decision really up to me to make. Now I'm embracing that beautiful ache. You're not alone. Like when my heart is full of love, and every time I feel it break, and with every real success and each spectacular mistake, I'm just living that beautiful ache. It's just the ache of being alive. And the flip side of that was written by a friend of mine who I met by accident through a woman. Well, I'm going to talk about the way lives, interweave. How I met Brandon, how I met all of you, because my dad and my mom thought that their son might want to play a guitar when he was 7 years old. That kind of stuff fascinates me. By the way, hi, Karen. Burnt toast. Who is burnt toast? I love these names. Diane is here. All right, that's cool. Anyway, this guy wrote this song, and he was brilliant. I was speaking with another sweet, sweet woman this week about an artist named John Wallowitz. This is not John Wallowitz. This is a guy that I met when I was asked to be a speaker at something called the Pro Shop that was run by a woman named Ann Ruckert, who was the one who originated the Songwriters Circle at the Red Lion that I did years ago down in the Village. Anyway, I met this guy because I was asked to be the speaker at this little forum for songwriters, and she had double booked it. And she asked this guy, Ray Jessel, to speak the same night. So we showed up, and I was like, no, man, you take it. And he was like, no, you take it, David. And I was like, all right, let's split it. So Ray and I met, sharing, talking as like, almost like partners about songwriting. And he was, anyway, he wrote this song, and I think this is the flip side of my song, The Ache of Being Alive. There's gonna be a part for all of you to chat. So get ready, you have to chat with this song. but it's a beautiful song about life. And oh, Steve is here from Maryland, and Julia. Just in time for this beautiful song about life by Ray Jessel. When things are dark and gloomy, I don't let the dark get to me, but instead I hold my head up high. I don't wallow in self-pity, I just sing this little ditty. Life sucks, and then you die. Hard knocks have bumped and thumped you. Your sweetheart's gone and dumped you for some clown. Well, don't break down and cry. Go get wasted, go get blotto, then just sing this little motto. Chat it, life sucks, and then you die. Failure is first, then unhappiness, then you're dead. Expect the worst, and anything else, you're ahead. Life hurts, and there's no ointment. Hope just means disappointment. Keep it alive. Ha! Don't even try. Women are bitches, men are pricks. Meanwhile, the clock just tick, tick, ticks. Chat it. Life sucks, and then you die. Goodbye. So let's share some misery now. Come on, people, chat with me now. Life sucks, and then you die. It's all a crock. Life ain't worth spit. Take my word. First you're in hock, then you're in shit, then in turd. And don't count on a hereafter. Harps and wings, forgive my laughter. Hell may be, but heaven, that's a lie. This life is a garbage dump filled with people like Donald Trump, and that's proof you can't deny. No blue skies, just stormy weather. Come on, guys, let's chat together. Life sucks, and then you die. Life sucks, and then you die, and then you die. Anyway, you guys, a lot of you saw my friend Ray Jessel. Now, he died a few years ago, and I was asked to actually sing at his. He was one of the first. I could tell you stories. I'm going to have to do a whole show about Ray Jessel. He was a classically trained pianist, concert pianist, educated and lived in England. I think he might have been born in Germany. Might have left as a boy with the rise of Hitler. He's got a fascinating life, but he when he was in the States, he actually made a living as a comedy writer, and he wrote for the Smothers Brothers comedy show, and I think Cosby. I think several shows. He was a brilliant comedy writer and very much in demand. And he wrote a musical that made it to Broadway about Sherlock Holmes. I think it was called, I don't remember, Baker Street maybe? But So he was a Broadway, but a brilliant, brilliant songwriter, and cerebrally, hysterically funny. I could do a whole show about Ray Jessel. You know what? Let's do this. Tomorrow, our first musical guest, speaking of brilliant piano players, is going to be George Wurzbach. And we're going to do that as our new show new show. I hate calling these a show. Our new hang that Lori in Pennsylvania actually came up with the name. This is called It's Just Us. But on Sundays, the patrons on Patreon, which are most of you are, or a lot of you are, you guys deserve to be treated special because you're the ones that every month support this. So on Sundays, we have our own little thing. And if everybody in this chat room right now, if you want to be a part of it, Brandon's probably going to post a link where you can go to Patreon and you can become a patron for like $5 a month, whatever it is. Or even like if you feel like it, $1,000 a month. But whatever you feel like. Everybody gets the same stuff. Whether $5 or $100 a month, you all get the same stuff. But we're all doing on Sundays. Every Sunday, we do our own little private thing. And the cool thing about that is you guys can all see each other. And there are a few pages of little, Brady Bunch Hollywood squares. And we can unmute. Brandon can unmute everybody, and we can all sing along, and we can applaud, and we can clap along, and we can laugh. And then tomorrow, because of this technology, my musical guest is going to be George Wurzbach. And so it's only the second one we've done, so I'm really excited about that. But before we get there, the other thing about the private thing is that we can show any kind of videos and play any kind of music we want that are even copyright protected because it's private. It's just us. And the name that Laurie came up with is It's Really Just Us. So on It's Really Just Us, we can show clips from movies, we can show TV commercials, we can show clips from Broadway shows. It's very cool. And then George, you never know what you're in for with George. But before we get there, let's do, this is the most recent project that we were talking about before, where I did this song live and did it as a public service announcement, our own PSA, to explain to shallow, ignorant, self-absorbed people why people like us wear a mask during a pandemic. I don't know, I can't speak for you guys, but I think I can assume that most of you feel the same way I do. I don't do it because I'm terrified of catching COVID-19. I don't do it because I'm terrified of dying or getting sick. I do it because it's the kind, responsible, loving, caring thing to do. And because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's walking toward me who is terrified, it'll comfort them that I'm wearing a mask, right? So we do it for them. And so we did this. It's something I don't think a Trump supporter can get their minds around, but we did it anyway. And you guys sent the greatest clips, so let's do that before we move on. One, two, three, go ahead. Believe it or not, I'm not doing this because I like it. Believe it or not, it It's not 'cause somebody told me to. Believe it or not, it's not that I decided not to fight it. Believe it or not, I'm doing this for you. Believe it or not, I'm not making some kind of statement. Believe it or not, I'm not a pillar of society. Believe it or not, it's not for my own entertainment. But whatever you believe isn't up to me. Yeah, you can take it or leave it. I just thought it might be worth a shot. But I don't really care if you believe it or not. Believe it or not, I don't do things 'cause all my friends do. Believe it or not, I'm not a fan of conformity. Believe it or not, I'm not intending to offend you. But whatever burns your ass isn't up to me. Tell 'em, Chris. Believe it or not, it's not the way I would have planned it. Believe it or not, I'm a man who rarely does what he's told to do. Believe it or not, I don't believe you'll even understand it. But believe it or not, I'm doing this for you. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm doing this for you. You know, we're all doing this for you. Now, did I see Mimi Evans here yet today? I know she just moved. She moved upstate, I think, up near Albany, to be closer to family. Yeah, Richard. Richard and Elaine did choreography and everything, and Debbie and Jay actually recorded a little scene. It's so much fun when you guys do that. And in that one, by the way, Irene, you and your girls, Irene has got just, oh my goodness, some of the most beautiful daughters, and Irene is just a beautiful woman. You guys got to start sending stuff for the next one we do. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm open to suggestions. If you guys have any suggestions about which song, or if I should write a song about a particular issue, and we should make one of those videos, please go ahead and make sure you let me know. Yeah, and Marcy and Stuart always go all out. It's just cool. So yeah, we're gonna have to. David and Jackie, you guys have to too. Jackie was in the last one. She put a little tiny postage stamp picture of her cute little pretty face in a mask. You guys got to start jumping in on these things. Drew, yes, you missed this one. You know, I understand that, Irene. I understand that. I get it. I get it. But talk to them. Look, half the people that send videos are shy. Some of them are hams, but people would never get this. I was probably one of the shyest kids I knew until I really was in my 30s before I got comfortable being me. So I understand, but oh, you know what? I was thinking before I even got this thing going today that we had done this I'm going to make the link available for everybody for the show we did about Sid on Wednesday, because some of it was a little bit ambitious for me to be sitting here and hitting video and playing interviews, and it did. It took 2 days just to create the show, but I'm really pleased with the way it came out. And Sid's son, Dylan, was in the chat room with us, and I got just a beautiful message from him, saying that I should make that show public and show it to as many people as possible because his father would have loved it, and he loved it. But I just thought too, I didn't do a whole lot of. We did a couple of Beatles tunes, but I wanted to do this song today just because I love the song. It was a Beatles tune, but I'm sure it's got John Lennon all over it. Cry, baby, cry, make your mother sigh. She's old enough to know better, so cry, baby, cry. The king of Marigold was in the kitchen cooking breakfast for the queen. The queen was in the parlor playing piano for the children of the king. Cry, baby, cry, make your mother sigh. She's old enough to know better, so cry, baby, cry. The king was in the garden picking flowers for a friend who came to play. The queen was in the playroom painting pictures for the children's holiday. Cry, baby, cry, make your mother sigh. She's old enough to know better, so cry, baby, cry. The Duchess of Picardy, always smiling and arriving late for tea. The Duke was having problems with a message at the local bird and bee. Cry, baby, cry, make your mother sigh. She's old enough to know better, so cry, baby, cry. At 12 o'clock, a meeting round the table for a seance in the dark. With voices out of nowhere put on specially by the children for a lark. Cry, baby, cry, make your mother sigh. She's old enough to know better, so cry, baby, cry, baby, cry. Make your mother sigh. She's old enough to know better, so cry, baby, cry, baby, cry. Make your mother sigh. She's old enough to know better, so cry, baby, cry. Oh, you know what Dylan, Sid's son, also told me this week in an email? I had mentioned that the song that I wrote, Keep Hope Alive, that I gave Sid the songwriting credit on because of his voice message.
Hey, David. It's Sid, and it's 9 a.m. Keep hope alive, okay? Yes. Keep hope alive.
Because of that voicemail, I wrote that song, Keep Hope Alive, and I gave Sid a songwriting credit. But that was not Sid's favorite song. His favorite song that I wrote was Next Time Around, right? One more time around the clock. And but I had suggested that maybe Sid's new favorite song would be one of my newest songs, about the idea that everything in physical reality, everything, even circumstance, originates somehow in mind and in thought. I mean, we all know everything that exists in physical reality at one time was a thought. It had to be. You know, every single thing that you right now see and touch, the computer you're watching on, the chair you're sitting in, it was an idea. Somebody had the idea of the design, and it took physical action to bring it into reality. But every single thing originates in thought. But I've gone beyond that, like a lot of people have, since the beginning of time, since wonder, since these frontal lobes started to get us all in trouble. But that it goes beyond that, that actual circumstance can originate in thought. And I don't understand it, and I don't pretend to. But I wrote this song, and Dylan said, David, that would definitely be Dad's newest favorite song. Actually, he didn't say that. Dylan never, ever called his father Dad, and he never called his mother Mom. They were always Sid and Geraldine. Always. So he said, that would have been Sid's favorite song. Let's do this. This is, and if you know this one, because it's still kind of new, I wrote it. Oh, is Rhea here? I don't know if Rhea's here. Rhea, who, by the way, was at the Beatles at Shea Stadium. And tomorrow, if Rhea, thanks, Brandon. If Rhea is in the chat room tomorrow when we do It's Really Just Us, I gotta have her tell the story about she wanted to get up close to the Beatles. You know, she was a teenager. And I'll let her tell the story about how she figured out where their helicopter was gonna land. I'll let her tell the story tomorrow. If you wanna show up tomorrow, I'm gonna post the Zoom link tonight and tomorrow morning in Patreon. But the only way you get invited to that party every Sunday is if you're a patron. So think about it. But anyway, I don't see Rhea here today, so let's just do her song anyway. This is one of those songs that even though I wrote it, I really like it. If you know any of it, chat it with me, all right? Some people say the way I live is backwards. They don't know how a full-grown man can live this way. But if people say the way I live is backwards, then I'm aware that I don't care what people say. Some scratch their heads at my determination to live each day the way I truly feel, paying close attention to my own imagination, while imagining the best becoming real. Well, here I am. This is me, trying to live without regret, so you can bet that what you get is what you see. 'Cause what we hold as true isn't always what it seems. I hope you love your life. Mine gets made in my dreams. Some people say I live my life like some damn hippie, and that day and age is gone and out of sight. But if a world of peace and love is It's what those kids were dreaming of in many ways. Those damn hippies had it right. It's not up to me to say that there's a right or wrong way. We're all free to live whatever life we choose. But you'd be mistaken to believe that I am weak or I'm naive. Life is too damn short and there's no time to lose. So here I am, just standing in the light. Einstein said imagination is the strongest thing on earth, and he was right. 'Cause what we hold as true is almost never what it seems. I hope you love your life. Mine gets made in my dreams. I truly hope you love your life. Mine was made in my dreams. I do. I love that song. Do you know what I think I love about it the most? And I wrote it, is that last summer, when I was still that guitar man from Central Park, I was out there singing it like for the first time to people and sharing it with other human beings so that I could watch it land on people. And I sang something that was not the way I wrote it. And it surprised me. It happens a lot in my process. I'll write a song, and then as I'm singing it for people, something different comes out. And usually I go, oh, that makes more sense. Oh, that's how that goes. And I don't know how the brain does that. I don't know, but it happens often. But this time, I'm singing the song, and this line comes out. It's not the way I wrote it, but I spent the whole next week questioning whether it was true or not. And in my morning writing, it came up, yes, that's absolutely true. And so that's the way it goes now. In the first verse, the first chorus, I go, 'cause what we hold as true isn't always what it seems. What we hold as true isn't always what it seems. And in the second verse, I was supposed to sing that again, I thought. And what came out was, what we hold as true is almost never what it seems. What we hold as true is almost never what it seems. And I was like, yeah, really? But then after some thought, I realized that scientifically, almost everything we've thought at one time or another turned out to be untrue, which is why I love science, and I love wonder, and I love curiosity, and I love the human brain, and why I reject religion across the board from its core, because religion is the place where wonder goes to die. But everything that we hold as true, or we held as true at one time, has been proven not to be the case. And so that's got to keep going. You know, I always say that, next year, a year after that, we'll discover a new planet. We'll discover 5 new planets. We'll discover that light does, in fact, not travel at 186,000 miles a second. That we'll find out all kinds of things that at one time we held as true. Oh, listen, so tomorrow, when I started thinking, when I asked George if he wanted to be the guest, David, you're a scientist. Well, see, that's why I knew I liked you. Because science is constantly trying to prove itself wrong. I love those 3 words. I love saying, I was wrong. Listen, when I did the first video that we did, Everybody Must Stay Home. I got to tell you something. It's the remnants of how wrong I was about this pandemic are in that song. I was wrong. Not enough, not enough to be harmful, but I was wrong, and I learned. But anyway, so it's a. Hey, Paul, what's going on, man? You're late, but it's okay. I put your name down on the attendance sheet, so. Oh, anyway, so I started thinking about, when I asked George, I started thinking about how we met and how these strange little things. I was asked to do a songwriter circle for that woman I was telling you about before, Ann Ruckert. Now, she was kind of a name in like the Grammy nomination process. She was like behind the scenes, working for musicians' rights and a jazz foundation that would take care of the elderly musicians that were falling on hard times. And the thing, Anne was a character. She would drop so many names in one conversation that you swear sorry you forgot your broom. She was just like, but and she had the kind of personality that I would think I would never like somebody like her. I would never like this woman. She was brash and almost abrasive in a big full of life kind of way, big full of herself kind of way. But I couldn't help but love Ann Ruckert. And I think part of it was that how much she loved musicians and how much she loved the people who made music. And so she had this pro shop thing, and then as part of this pro shop, she asked me to be a speaker one time because I had created my own music business kind of thing. And that's where I met Ray Jessel. But then she asked me to sit in on the songwriter circle that they had at the Red Lion on Bleecker Street. Now, the Red Lion might not have existed if I wasn't a drunken, crazy, insane musician years ago. And that's the truth. That's a movie in itself that one day Dean Love is going to make. It was crazy. So after that all changed for me in my 30s, and I wasn't a crazy drunk anymore, I would almost take cabs around the village because I had so many ghosts down there. But I thought, I'll sit in on this circle. And I started to sit in on this songwriter circle. And the one regret that I have is that I don't know why. Well, we don't think why people weren't shooting video of every single one of those nights. Because in the circle that I was in, that I was introduced to, it was me, George Wurzbach was hosting it, emceeing it, Chris Tedesco was in it, Jake Holmes, who was just an amazing songwriter, John Wallowich, brilliant fucking songwriter. Who else? I can't think of his name now. Oh, help me out. Who was the guy that wrote "Hit with the Hammer of Love"? Skip Brevis. Thank you. Skip Brevis was also there, and it was so I met these guys doing that songwriter circle. But just to give you an example, and I'm gonna let George tell some of the stories, but. I found, when I knew he was going to be the guest, I started going back. I found, at least I had the presence of mind to record a couple of those nights. Like one winter night down there at the Songwriters Circle. To show you how much I was drawn to George's mind. Paul, you'll get this because you're a comedian. George's mind, the way it works. I knew right away we were going to be friends, but anyway, I found some of these things. Listen to George. Let me play this for you.
And there he is, David Ippolito, back from what is it, Mexico? He's got a new car, so those balloons up his rectum really paid off.
Don't hold back, George.
I don't hold back.
These guys can write such funny songs. I don't know how to do it. So I write these sad songs.
It's because you channel dead people.
I hope nobody overheard what he just said to me. Louder. No, George. Oh no, it was pretty. It was pretty obvious.
I don't know who that was sitting in the songwriter's circle that day, but like, I don't know how these guys write such funny songs. I write sad songs. Yeah, it's because you're channeling dead people. George was just out of his mind. The summer, that was a winter, and the summer after, this is how old Tom Cruise Scares Me is. I did that, and I was introducing the song, and that I was just about to start another series of songs that were just going to come popping out. And George took, let me just play this for you. This is, I wish people would have shot video back then. I've got songs that are lining up. I don't know what it's like for other songwriters, but for me, I always say this, songs come in, they're like bass hits and bananas, because they come in bunches. And I haven't written a song in a while. I had a whole bunch of songs that are like waiting around the airport, like airplanes waiting to land. And once they start coming in, it's like one after the other. But I wrote this one song that was like a template that I can just pop verses in and out. And it was the hit of last summer out in Central Park. I'm that guitar man from Central Park. And this song, Tom Cruise Scares Me.
So songs are, they sort of come in bass hits and bananas. And then they're like planes stacked up over LaGuardia. And David thinks he's the king of metaphors. I'm the king of metaphors. And being the king of metaphors is like, that is a simile. I'm the king of similes, and the king of similes is like,
I'm the king of metaphors. And being the king of metaphors is like, and actually that's, I think, she's not here today. Allie would probably know better. I think that's Rhea saying, George, that's a simile. I think that's Rhea back then that was in the audience. Anyway, you know what? Let's do this. Since George is going to be the guest tomorrow, let me share, and if this is something, again, that maybe Diane and maybe Brandon and maybe Chris, I don't know if you've never been to one of my year-end concerts. This is George from a couple of years ago. Let's see a George Wurzbach song at Merkin Concert Hall.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder flying.
At this point in the show, here's another tradition. A man who's probably a finer songwriter than I will ever be, and a little bit damaged. George Wurzbach always comes with something new, and I got to tell you something. I have not heard what he is bringing this year.
Neither have I.
So I'm going to go listen over there. Ladies and gentlemen, George Worthwhile.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody. So it was a few weeks back. I ran out of things to write songs about. And those of you who heard my songs, you'll probably think that's a good thing. You know? But it happened to be, it was the night before Veterans Day. And, you know, I was thinking about our brave veterans, and their various anthems came to mind, and I was just looking for some inspiration. You're all familiar with their anthems, right? Like the Army starts like this. What was it? Over hills, over dales, as we ride the dusty trail, as the... There you go, there you go. The Marines, which starts like this. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. The Air Force starts like this. Off we go into the wild blue yonder flying. What am I missing? Oh, the Navy. The Navy starts like this. Anchors away, all right? Anchors away. There's the Coast Guard. But their anthem is classified, and you can only hear it on a need-to-know basis. But the Freedom of Information Act, that we'll be able to hear it, I think, in 2035. So who am I missing? I'm missing the Space Force. The Space Force. So they don't yet have the ray gun, the death ray. They don't have that yet. And they don't have the photon blasters, but they do have an office in the Pentagon, and now they have an anthem. But I couldn't start it like everything else. It had to be somewhat unique. So it starts like this. There's a part for all you guys, and I think you'll know when it comes up, because I'll say, this is a part for you guys. No, I won't quite say it that way, but you'll get it. Okay. We're the Space Force. We fight for our nation in space, defending the whole human race, with some exception. We're the Space Force, our military muscle is huge. We're Americans and we never lose, with some exceptions. In all directions we proudly strut. Hoo-ha! East, west, north, south, and up. We're building a wall around the earth, our most expensive wall as yet. But it closes the border to the universe, and we'll make the Martians pay for it. All right, come on, space cadets. Sound off. Some have said that it's a fact. Truth be told, the earth is flat. Now I see with my own eyes. The earth is round, surprise, surprise. We're up there. Come on. We're up there. Again. We're up there. Sounds like shit, makes it better. We're up there. We're up there. No, that's for you. We're up there. Thank you. One more time. Now keep it going. We're up there. And it's a sight to see. We're up there. know I'm gonna get me too as soon as I walk out of this place. Again, we're up there. We're up there. High above the blue. We're up there. Like Donald Trump's IQ. That's an exception. We're the Space Force, an army that breathes through the nose, boldly going where nobody goes. We're the Space Force, SPACEFORC. E. Thank you.
What did I tell you? And you know the thing is about George is kind of like me as a songwriter. He writes a very, what we call, evil hook. I'm going to be packing up this shit tonight going, where's this?
You know what? Good night, Val. I'm just about now. I don't know if we lost Dave Konis, but I'm just going to do that Bob Dylan song. But you got to get to your Zoom. Go, 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 go. We'll do it again. Anyway, so tomorrow, George is our musical guest. So if you enjoyed that, come back tomorrow because he's actually working on a new video. He also writes things that are profound and heart-wrenchingly beautiful and some incredibly thought-provoking works of music. He actually wrote a song called Otto and Aaron about the rise of Hitler in the 1930s in Germany. And he asked me to do a Photoshop for him of a Trump hat with that message on it, and that's for his video. So he's going to tell us about that, and if he has it finished or even in a presentable place, maybe he'll share it with us tomorrow. But George is just special. So if you feel like it, you're going to miss it unless you're a patron. So you know what to do. And yeah, Sean, I'm sure I'm going to ask him to do Hannibal if you guys don't, but I'm sure he will. Oh, good night, Angelique. I'll say good night to Angelique in the Netherlands. How cool is this? That the world is getting to be such a small campus. We're hanging out with Chris and Mike Hellers. Mike Hellers is in London. Chris is in Leicester, England. There are people in Germany and the Netherlands and Chicago and California. Crimson flames tied through my ears, rolling high in mighty traps. Pounced with fire on flaming roads, using ideas as my maps. We'll meet on edges soon, said I, proudly heated brow. But I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. Half-racked prejudice leaped forth, ripped down all hate, I screamed. Lies that life is black and white, spoke from my skull, I dreamed. Romantic facts of musketeers, foundation deep somehow. but I was so much older then. I'm younger than that now. Girls' faces form the forward path from phony jealousy to memorizing politics of ancient history, flung down by corpse evangelists, unthought of, though somehow chatted. But I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. A self-adoring professor's tongue, too serious to fool, spouted out that liberty is just equality in school. Equality, I spoke the word as if a wedding vow. But I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. Soldier's stance, I aimed my hand at the mongrel dogs who teach, fearing not that I'd become the enemy the instant that I preach. My existence led by confusion boats, mutiny from stern to bow. But I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. Yes, my guard stood hard when abstract threats, too noble to neglect, deceived me into thinking I had something to protect. Good and bad, I define these terms quite clear, no doubt somehow. But I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. But I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. But I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. So what are we talking about? Doing a private video? I'll have to scroll back. I missed a lot of the chat. But Brandon is on it. So if it's a good idea, we'll do it, whatever it is. The YouTube videos, by the way, still do exist. So I'll talk to Brandon about the best way maybe to get those out to people or to make them... Do we record, I should ask, do we record the Zoom gig? Did we record the first one? I don't know. I don't know. But we can't make this, we shouldn't make the same mistake that short-sightedness of like the Red Lion Songwriters Circle. I'm looking like crazy to find a video of Mr. John Wallowich singing a song that he wrote called Cosmetic Surgery, and I can't find it anywhere. And he did that song. He did so many brilliant songs down in that little songwriter circle that are just now, out there. It's live theater. It's done and it's gone unless somebody records it. And I'm thinking back to those days. How lucky that I was invited to do that. And George, who I didn't know, I was intimidated by George. When I asked him to play piano on one of my tracks, and he said yes, I was honored, and I'm honored every time he does. But then when he wanted to become to be part of what we do at Merkin Concert Hall. You know, I'm not the kind of guy that can pay people like Prince's. You know, I try, and everybody gets paid pretty well, I think, you know, at my level of the music biz. But it's nothing like, but when George became part of the gig, I'm still honored. I was intimidated by George. And now that we've become friends, and the kinds of colleagues that actually, the level of mutual respect and admiration between guys like me and George it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. He loves the stuff that I write, and I love the stuff that he writes. He loves what I do on a stage, and I'm amazed by what he does on a stage. I think he likes the way my brain works, and I love the way his brain works. But I also met Chris Tedesco down there, who is now part of the gig, part of the family. You know, how lucky that to meet a musician and a human being the caliber of a Chris Tedesco. He's just a beautiful man, an intelligent man, raising a beautiful family. And he plays violin and fiddle and guitar and mandolin, and he sings and he writes, and he's a nice person. Just how lucky. You know what, I showed you, in fact, we'll get out of here soon, but thank you, David. Thank you. I'm sure I like the way your brain works too. I can tell just by what you write on Facebook. Oh, let me ask you this. David Jacobs, I know you're a musician. I've seen pictures of you with a bass. Do you write? Do you write songs? Because if you do, we'll talk, man. Oh, Irene, are you leaving? Okay, I'll see you. This is getting to be another long gig. I think I've just accepted the fact that these gigs, ballpark, are going to be 2 hours. Usually a little bit more, almost never a little bit less, but I'm just going to be happy in the neighborhood of 2 hours. Yes, let's do, all right, let's do Some of Us Still Do. Would you like, Duval, would you like to hear George and I playing that, or would you like to hear it acoustically now? Because that happens to be another song that I wrote that I'm just so proud of. And I guess if a guy like David Jacobs says he likes the way my brain works, I think this song might be one of those reasons, is that in the age of Trumpism, which, by the way, no shit, kids, we're in danger. We're having fun here, but you know, as the election gets closer, some of these gigs might not be as much fun, but they'll feel good, because it does feel good to be one of the good guys. All right, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let me play a song. Let me play a song from my youth that I felt everybody my age was singing. And everybody my age not only was singing, but was believing, was feeling, and was believing. And in the age of Trumpism, there's those 3 words I love. I learned I was wrong. I was wrong. Because of Facebook and because of social media now, I see guys that I went to high school with and women that I went to high school with. And I thought we were all driving to the beach with the windows down, singing songs like Imagine and Ohio and Revolution and Give Peace a Chance. And I thought we were all feeling it and believing it, and I was wrong. And And when I wrote the song, well, of course, it had to be coming out of Imagine. So let me do a... Oh, so long, David Schwartz. Let me do it acoustically. Let me do a song from that time, and then this song that I wrote comes out of Imagine by John Lennon. So like we'll do a little song that was an environmental song about what we were doing to the earth back then. And I thought that everybody, like, okay, Brandon is like 33 years old. So it's you know, Super 8 video film that he sees of the Vietnam era. It's from my youth, some of it's black and white TV. There were songs like this by Joni Mitchell. They paved paradise, they put up a parking lot with a big hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Chat it. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, they put up a parking lot. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum. Then they charged the people $25 just to see them. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, they put up a parking lot. Hey farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. I don't mind spots on my apples, but leave me the birds and the bees. Please, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, they put up a parking lot. Late last night, I heard that screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took away my little girl again. Seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise, they put up a parking lot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, they put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, they put up a parking lot. Put up a parking lot. Now, Duval asked for this song. If you're in the chat room and you've never heard this song, would you do me a favor before we get out of here? I'm just going to sing a verse and a chorus of Imagine, and then I'm going to sing this song that I wrote. If you've never heard this song, would you take a minute to listen to the words and let it in? I'm proud of this song. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And my favorite line, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Here we go. Lately, when I sing this song with you, I remember so many years ago, in another troubled time, this song was brand new, and we'd hear it playing on the radio. John, of course, was not alone in the dream he tried to share. Those songs kept coming at us like a rolling stone. The spirit seemed to flow from everywhere. Joni in her big yellow taxi was asking us again to love the earth. Neil cried with us all in Ohio. Stephen shouted out to us for what it's worth. We'd crank the volume on the sound of revolution, while Cat Stevens gave us a train to ride upon. Another brick in the wall was no solution, and Marvin asked us all to ask what's going on. Some as kids, and some of us as teens, some young women, some of us young men. Perhaps a trick of memory, but all my friends, it seemed, were singing songs of peace and love back then. We'd sing a moral tale of one tin soldier. We'd sing how love could always conquer fear. Those songs helped me believe as I got older that the road ahead for all of us was clear. It felt like everyone's heart was in tune, and that Imagine wasn't just another song. It felt like all of my young friends believed it could be true. It breaks my heart to know that I was wrong. It's just a less than happy thought, but then again, could shed some light on what this country's going through. You see, only some of us meant it when we sang those songs back then, but it warms my heart today to see that some of us still do. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Right, Karen? Hope someday they'll join us, and the world will live as one. Some of us meant it, oh, and some of us still do. On the street, red, white, and blue, protesters on their feet, people wearing out their shoes. There's a warning sign on the road ahead. There's a lot of people saying we'd be better off dead. Don't feel like Satan, but I am to them, so I'm trying to change it any way I can. Keep on rocking in the free world. Rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. See a woman in the night with a baby in her hand under an old street light by a garbage can. And now she puts the kid away 'cause she's gonna get a hit, and she hates her life and what she's done to it. There is one more kid who will never go to school, never get to fall in love, never get to be cool. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Yeah! Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Lives Matter, and yet another murdered man, another dead black brother by a policeman's hand. We've got a global pandemic, social quarantine, got a madman in the White House like we've never seen. Gotta change if we're gonna survive. Gotta keep showing up to keep hope alive. Keep on rocking in the free world. 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 Oh, man. God, I love music. And I love you guys. You know, when I wrote Some of Us Imagine, you should know this. Most of you do, if you've been hanging out with me for any amount of time at all, because I've told you this, and I think you can tell, I didn't ask to be a songwriter. I don't know why words do what they do for me. I don't know why internal rhymes just happen for me. My brain does that, and it does it well. But as a man, as a human being, I consider every lyric that goes into a song. I consider what I'm saying and what the words are saying. Language is such an inadequate, clumsy, awkward way of communicating feelings. There's an infinite spectrum of human emotion and feeling and thought, and yet we've got only so many words, right, to translate those feelings into. So I consider every single lyric, and when I wrote Some of Us Imagine, and I wrote these words, it breaks my heart to know that I was wrong. It's just a less than happy thought, but then again, might shed some light on what this country's going through. Only some of us meant it when we sang those songs back then. And when I wrote this next line, but it warms my heart today to see that some of us still do. When I do these little gigs, I got to tell you something. It warms my heart to know that I'm hanging out with people who still fucking mean it. I hope you feel the same way. I hope you feel the same way about each other. That, on both sides of the ocean, all the way out to California, from Maine to Florida, right now you're hanging out with people who still fucking mean it. And if this piece of wood gets to bring you guys together and to know each other, or at least to know that each other are out there, then that makes me it warms my heart to know that some of us still do. We should get out of here. The Yankees are playing in this ridiculous, surreal tournament of a season that is just bizarre. But let me do a song before we get out of here, and then we'll do our regular song. I have a little list that I hang on the tripod, and there were so many songs that I meant to do today, but I didn't do. So we'll do tomorrow. But George Wurzbach is going to be the live guest, and we'll be able to split the screen, and George and I will be able to hang out, and then I'll just leave and give George the stage. And I hope he has his new. If he doesn't have the new video done, I'm definitely asking for Hannibal, but I'm definitely asking him to do this song, Otto and Aaron, because as funny as George is, this song will take your breath away with its power and what it has to say about 1930s Germany and about 2020 United States of America. So if you're not a patron, you're going to miss it. Let me do this song for you guys, and then we'll get out of here. I wrote this song, and it really, truly is. Again, this is another one of those songs, if you've never heard it, or even if you have. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Lizzie just sent George's wife. Ringo Starr. I gotta figure out what this is. George and Lizzie just sent me something about Ringo Starr. I don't know. Anyway, let me do this. Let me do this song, and then we'll settle into the stands to watch the Yankees later. But if you've never heard this, give the lyrics a listen, because I wrote it for you. I've met people everywhere, some from here and some from there. By now I'd bet it's more than quite a few. Nearly every woman and every man I've met just does the best they can to understand the things we all go through, right? But there are those who just don't care, who try to grab more than their share of everything. They're all out there too, and they voted for Trump. So I don't take for granted I'm a man who gets to spend his time with people in this world like you. So often it can seem today, so many feel like it's okay to celebrate the darkness in our hearts. And then they wonder why we see such hatred and disharmony. To me, that's just exactly where it starts. And for others, fear can hide the way, sadly unaware that they allow it to dictate the things they do. But I've no reason to despair, as long as I still know that there are people in this world like you. Like you, Eileen. Like you, David and Jackie. Like you, Drew. And Allie. And Karen. And Jana. And Dean and Duval. Lori and Jan. Nancy and Zoe. God, you know, David and Angelique and Cheetah. Willie! There's so many of you. I guess things are just the way they are. In many ways we've come so far, and still I'm sure we've all got more to do. Right, Sean? But I can open up my heart and say I'm grateful every single day for people in this world like you, like Gretchen. Loving people in this world like you. Like my friend Paul. Every single one of you guys. For Sweet Sue Hannah. Oh, by the way, one of the songs I'll do tomorrow, Sue, that I have on my list that I didn't do. Oh, Marcy and Stuart and Jonathan. God, all you guys. See, once I get myself in trouble, once I start naming names in that song, I know I'm going to run out of song and I'm not going to get to everybody. Marcy and Stuart and Richard and Elaine and Lucy and Al and Doris. Oh my God, so many beautiful people. Anyway, the song, Sue, I was gonna do that Is it Alison Krauss? I don't remember. I just love the song, and I know you love it. I was going to do it today, but we're already 2 hours and 15 minutes into this. So tomorrow, all right? I'll do 2 songs. Maybe we'll do some, what the heck's his name? What the heck's his name? Son of the Major League pitcher. Tim McGraw. Maybe we'll do some of that too. Oh, and Karen. How did I forget Karen? Not enough song. Did I say Karen? I think I said Karen and Jana. Pressure. All right, so guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Is that cool? For our private Zoom hang. Tonight, I will send out, I'll double check with Brandon and make sure I'm doing it right. But I'll send out the link will be on Patreon. Okay? Please do not do me, gee, I think I'll help David and I'll post it on Facebook so we get 1 million people. Not for this one. I appreciate the help. This is private. It's just for you. All right? So it's just for you guys. Just for us. It's really just us. It takes a life to realize what life is all about. And life is all about this moment. I'm here with you. Now that we're through, what secrets did I tell? Did you get to know me well in this moment? How fast these gigs fly. Song after song goes rushing by. I won't pretend that time has been my friend. I bring my songs to sing my songs for you until the end. And as I live these days, I'm grateful for all the ways that brought us here to praise this moment. This moment. How soon, too soon, the seasons fly. I see my life go rushing by. I only hope that time will be your friend. We live a life to live a life of love. I know you see. I'm sure you all agree. 'Cause you're hanging out with me. But I only guarantee this moment. Awkward and inadequate. Language is so often awkward and just an inadequate way. And again, for me to say thank you, it ain't enough. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you again tomorrow with George Wurzbach on campus. Brandon, thank you so much, man. You make this thing so much more stress-free, really. Everybody thank Brandon. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I'm going to hang out in the chat room just for a couple of minutes. And then I'm going to make a little dinner. So while I'm watching the Yankees kick the Red Sox ass tonight in an empty stadium, which, by the way, is right across the river from me. It's kind of cool. I see the lights light up the sky right behind that ugly, ugly building. Anyway, so I'll see you guys in the chat room for a little bit, but I'll send out the link on Patreon tonight, so you should get an email, and that'll be a direct Zoom invitation just for you. All right? See you guys in the chat room. Thank you so much.
If you're coming on the subway, it's the A or the C. Or coming down Broadway, the 1, 2, or 3. Jump off at the 72nd Street stop. From there, Central Park is just a real short hop through strawberry fields. Head on up to the lake where 1,000 New Yorkers are taking a break. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself or bring your little honey. Lay down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Roger Bartlett! Mr. Ron Sunshine. Sunday, come by yourself or bring your little honey. Lay down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. It's Jeff Van Nostrand. Play anything from folk to rock and roll. I've been stomping my foot so long I'm digging a hole. But I'll tell you what I've decided to do. If you keep showing up, then I will too. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself or bring your little honey. Sit down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Dodger, take it again. Used to go against the wind, but that's no way to fly. Flap flapping my wings, I get no place. No matter how hard I try, but when I just give in and go to where the blowing breeze has planned, you know I find a better place wherever I might land. Some people fly in circles crying life is so unfair, convinced that if they're over here, all the good stuff must be over there. Not me. I know there's a vein of gold right where I stand, and I find that if I look wherever I might land. I was always told, and now I finally found, that when I leap and it appears before I hit the ground, I don't spend one day looking back with regret, 'cause each bridge I burned led to a place that I just as soon forget. Yeah, it was on people look back at their glory days, so much it makes them cry. And some look ahead with fear and dread to things they'll probably never try. Not me. Bring it on, 'cause I can handle what's at hand whenever I get to wherever I might land. Look at where I landed in this room with you tonight. No matter what's going on out there, I know it's gonna be alright. 'Cause though it took some time to know, I finally understand that I'm gonna find love wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. It's dark and it's lonely, and you feel like you're the only one who's felt this desperation, like your own brand of the blues. It's hell when you're in there, I can tell you 'cause I've been there, and I've known the same frustration. But I've got some real good news. You feel like you fell in a well of hopelessness and fear. So why the hell would I jump in and join you way down here? 'Cause there's a way out of here, though you don't believe that's true. But years ago, a friend showed me just like I'm showing you. You can sit here in the darkness till you think that you're okay. But then it's time to move, 'cause I'm not making plans to stay. There's a way. Think no one understands you. You're so convinced life hands you one bad break after another and keeps you on the floor. But now you've got the choice to keep on listening to those voices, or maybe listen to a brother who's been down here before. We can sit and curse the darkness, but the darkness stays the same. Or get off your ass.